And so tonight, I'd like to talk to you about our way forward, a two-step plan of rescue and recovery, a two-step plan to build a bridge to the other side of the crisis we face to a better, stronger, more secure America. Tonight, I'll lay out my first step, the American Rescue Plan.
The United States has had an abysmal COVID response over the past year, from reopening too quickly to not requiring masks to straight up COVID denial. In fact, the pandemic is worse than it has ever been, with around 4,000 Americans dying every single day. Many liken it specifically to one man, President Donald Trump, for a lack of real guidance. With the November election, Joe Biden was elected as the next president of the United States and will be inaugurated on January 20th. Many are hoping that Biden will have a better plan than Trump ever did to help Americans get through this pandemic. And so far, it seems like that is coming true. This past Thursday, January 14th, Biden announced the American Rescue Plan, a $1.9 trillion stimulus package which addresses multiple aspects of the pandemic and economy. So the question is, will Biden's plan save us from this pandemic? First, let's go over what this plan contains. The American Rescue Plan will invest in launching community vaccination centers and deploying mobile vaccination units to hard-to-reach areas. The Biden administration claims that they will ensure that all people of the United States, regardless of immigration status, can access the vaccine free of charge. In addition, it will ramp up testing, making sure that if you have a nose, there will be a swab going in it, especially for those in schools, local governments, prisons, and long-term care facilities. In order to get all of this done, they will invest in expanding the public health workforce by 100,000 public health workers. To address health disparities in COVID, Biden is ensuring equitable distribution of vaccines and supplies to expanding healthcare services for underserved populations, including expanding community healthcare services. To address the research side of COVID, Biden intends to fund identifying emerging strains of COVID, as well as investing in treatments and making sure that everyone has enough personal protective equipment to go around. To address students, Biden is providing funds to get schools to be more COVID safe by increasing ventilation and social distancing, only to have a large percentage of those students break social distancing outside of school hours. Biden will also expand emergency paid leave to more Americans for 14 weeks of paid sick and family medical leave. This will also provide a maximum paid leave benefit of $1,400 per week for eligible workers. He will also extend and expand unemployment and insurance benefits. Biden's plan will also raise the national minimum wage to $15 per hour and end tip minimum wage and sub-minimum wage for people with disabilities. Biden will also call on employers to provide back hazard pay. That's a good one, Biden. Wait, how did he plan on doing it? He was just gonna call on them and not do anything. Nice one, Biden. All right, cool. Now, this wasn't everything in this rescue plan, but it was a lot of it. And in theory, it does seem like a good plan. It provides funds for individuals and institutions which could use the money to get more COVID ready. This should support many Americans while also working to decrease the prevalence of COVID in America, even with a more contagious UK strain. However, the first obstacle this will need to go through is the legislature. Biden can't pass this without an executive order, especially with the increase in minimum wage. And even if this does pass the House, it will probably need 60 votes in the Senate because it will probably be filibustered, which means that some Republicans would need to vote on this bill, and well, I don't know how many Republicans Biden will be able to garner support for this. Even if he does pass the legislature, well, people in healthcare were quitting in droves just due to the sheer stress caused by the pandemic. I'm not sure how easy it'll be to recruit people to be a public health worker. And although this is a $1.9 trillion stimulus, I wonder how much of it will be caught in the red tape and how much of it will actually make it to the programs he's trying to set up. A lot could go wrong in the implementation of this plan. One thing I do like about this plan, though, is that it will get more people vaccinated, and well, never in my life did I ever expect to want a vaccine as much as I do now. But Biden claiming that he will make sure that vaccine distribution is equitable has me skeptical. We've seen in examples all over the country of institutions which tried to make equitable COVID vaccination distribution algorithms, many of which led to very inequitable solutions. In spite of all of this, I am cautiously optimistic. Biden's plan has a lot of promise, but there is a lot that needs to happen before I would call it a success. Although I would say that it is already better looking than Trump's plan, which is very similar to my stance on vegetables as a kid. If I ignore it, maybe it'll just go away. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons as I'll be releasing more videos over the next couple weeks. So with that, be sure to wear a mask and I'll see y'all in the next one.